Ma. Ma. Hello there, my name is Grace Petrie and you are listening to Dingbat Chat. Oh wait, hang on, no, that's the podcast. This is the YouTube channel for Dingbat Chat. It's basically where I put up all the extra content that I made with the episode because it's the quarantine edition and I have a lot of spare time at the moment. Don't we all? Yes, Dingbat Chat is where I try something new and then talk to a professional about it. And I can actually stay true to that this week because this is for Dingbat Chat's quarantine edition episode 5, Politics and Poetry. And I recorded this with Grace Petrie. Yes, the Grace Petrie, the incredible singer-songwriter. Go and check out the full episode for a bit of context, alright? Because this will make a lot more sense if you do. Pop on to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and have a listen because it's a great interview with Grace and she's got a really interesting story to tell. But she's a writer. I have a degree in writing, so that was my challenge for this week. She does political songs, so I've written a political poem. Okay. Whew. It's called Mutually Exclusive. It's not with us when we're born, in our malleable shells, in our light-stricken eyes. We feel our form for the first time without it. We press our feet 1, 2, 3 times into a floorboard, nothing but the purchase of friction being desired. No thought to how we got here, no anxiety about how we arrive, unaware that we're thinking about standing. Without it, we stand. Head collapsing with motion like a boulder tearing downhill, we topple limb after limb, succumbing into a weight we don't know we own. Roll it left, plunging forward and drop knee to nose to a crowding comfort in the face of all this space. We lift and fall. We stretch and we stop. We move without it. Connecting tissue to bone, the tongue unplugs the throat and lips pop for air. Nature trickles inside and collects collateral life, swirling the excess around us as we gasp, syncopating coughs with the two-step of a heart. We breathe and we beat without it. We lose fingers in our palms and with genuine shock find them again, firing noise through our nose in response. The miracle repeats itself and again but faster, each nostril vibrating with joy, the infinite magician with their disappearing hands, the unbelievable reality and the ignorant hilarity. We laugh without it. We do all these things, all these rhymes instinctively, with no reason to be found. We are beings, all of our very own. So why attach it? Why preface it? Why double-barrel being with human? No longer infinite in our infancy, the book of being becomes imprisoned by a contents page, the basic rules of how to be human. The study of the way of man. Chapter 1, how to hate. How to acknowledge the face of another and repress the reflex of a smile. How to fuel the differences by burning similarities and singeing the loose threads of equality. Boy hates girl who shouts, girl hates boy who cries, and everyone hates anyone who does either too loudly. Hate of distinction encourages our extinction, and so we lay in waste, despising how we got here, despising what comes next. Chapter 2. How to humiliate. How to point with our sharpest stick and bloodlet by jabs, minuscule and in a mass. How to chain a tortured voice to the tune of, oh no, I didn't, please, I didn't. Whip the chorus into a feeling frenzy, frothing at the mouth. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Till their voice is drowned in saliva. Better you than me. Ideally, I would have started it all off online. In the face of ridicule, it's just easier to end it all, so no one's to blame for your suicide. Chapter 3. How to debase. how to treat each other like tissues. Use once, throw away. Being corrupted is so vanilla. Now being innocent, that's as dirty as it gets. You want them fresh and trauma-free, the sweet meat of a future victim. Guide them through your own experiences that they won't understand, then show them till they do. Mentally look away and feed them memory to your toenails, eventually to be outgrown, cut off. Don't forget to leave them on the edge of that sweet shame spiral. Tell them you feel taken advantage of and walk away as they jump. Chapter 4. How to ruin. How to look at an oversaturated life better than you in the highlights, more capable in the low, and happily decimate their reign in order to start your own. Not just dethrone, but own their fate, sold for scraps by the time you're done. Make claims, call them out, remain calm, collaborate, disregard, distrust, make a diss track and attempt to distract as you carefully blur each pixel out of sight. And click on follow. Not being seen. Past it. Irrelevant. Clumps of broken rock left rotting on the moor, using chapter 3 to inspire chapter 4. That's how they should feel. You snatch the crown from a pile of fame dust that'll blow away in 15 minutes and turn to convince your subjects that you fought fairly. Better yet, you barely fought at all. Chapter 5. How to lie. How to convince yourself that if it's white, then it is acceptable. Children learn as if it's essential, and adults teach as if it's habit. Observing lives like crime scenes and following each conversation through a labyrinth of string, looking for points of cooperation through the fire and the smoke, anything to evidence your alibi, weaving in between, spinning yarn as you go, checking your holder for fear that you've lost your defence. More importantly, they've found it. Tickets for your showdown of deception are sold out. Audiences love chess when it's trending. They are dutifully bribed by stereotypes and lap up the brutal jesters who defend you. And I'm sat front row centre, positively discriminating for all that I'm worth and still lying to myself about what I know to be right. By the time we've completed the book and reached the conclusion of what it is to be human, being is a faded physicality, left to the creatures of the dirt, forgotten. And we are homogenized on an index page, referenced by last name like everyone else's body, paralysed in place by a never-ending list and overly qualified in our humanity. I'm somewhere in V. I'm perfectly content and incredibly sad. I'm entirely ordered and completely lost. Maybe if someone just turns off the screens and I can close my eyes for a second, maybe I could not think whilst doing the unthinkable. Maybe I could just be. Yeah, that's my poem. I hope you enjoyed it. And to be honest with you, I don't fucking care if you didn't. Shut up. You're not recording that.